podcast. And if this is your first time tuning in, kindness spelled with Y, Kynd. Why the why? Thanks for asking that question. Why represents you? Because kindness starts with you, the first non negotiable. And the second non negotiable is being kind to others. Really simple. The platform is really based on 5 key pillars: kindness, positivity, energy, community, and joy. So I want to jump right into this story. We're going to call this Lessons, but it's a funny, familiar story, similar to the Humpty Dumpty story, but this time it's going to be about the 3 little pigs. We're calling this a kind story about what we build. So let's jump right into it. The 3 little pigs, a kind story about what we build. Once upon a time, 3 little pigs left home to build lives of their own. One built with straw, one built with sticks, and one took a little more time and built with bricks. Then came the wolf. He huffed, he puffed, and he tried to blow their houses down. We know the story, but maybe we missed the lesson. 1. The build. Every day we are building something: a life, a reputation, a relationship, a dream, a family, a career, a future. And just like those 3 little pigs, we get to choose our building materials. Some things look strong, but aren't strong enough to hold us. Some things feel good today, but can't protect our peace tomorrow. And so the question becomes, what are you building with? The straw. The first little pig wanted something quick, so he built with straw, easy, fast, and very convenient. Sometimes we do the same thing. We build our confidence on likes. We build our happiness on attention. We build our value on whether other people approve of us. We build our peace around people who can change their minds about us tomorrow. It may look like a house, but what happens when the wind starts blowing? 3. The sticks. The second pig thought, I'll build mine a little stronger. So he chose sticks. And sometimes that's us too. We've learned a few lessons. We've grown a little. We've survived some things, but we're still building parts of our lives with comparison, fear, pride, ego, old hurt, and opinions of people who were never assigned to build our future. It looks stronger than straw, but is it strong enough for the storm? 4. Then came the wolf. And eventually life starts huffing, life starts puffing, plans change, people change, doors close, relationships shift. You hear a no when you were expecting a yes. Something you thought would last forever doesn't. And suddenly the question isn't, how beautiful is your house? The question is, what did you build it with? Number 5, the fall. The wolf huffed and puffed, and the straw house fell. Then he huffed and he puffed, and the stick house fell. But listen carefully. The pigs didn't fall with the houses. They ran. They kept moving. They found somewhere safe. And sometimes that's the lesson. When something falls apart, you don't have to fall apart with it. Sometimes you leave, sometimes you rebuild, sometimes you start again, and sometimes you simply say, this can no longer be my house. Then there was the 3rd pig, number 6. He said he wasn't rushing. He wasn't competing. He wasn't worried about who finished first. He understood something. Strong things take time to build. Brick by brick, day by day, choice by choice, lesson by lesson. And maybe that's how we should build our lives. Not for speed, not for applause, not for appearance, but for strength. Number 7, the first brick, kindness. So what if the first brick was kindness? Kindness toward yourself, giving yourself permission to grow, giving yourself permission to rest, giving yourself permission to say, I made a mistake, but I'm still worthy of another chance. Because kindness isn't a weakness. Kindness is reinforcement. And sometimes the first person who needs your kindness is you. Second brick. Yes, the second brick. The brick of positivity. Positivity places another brick. Not fake positivity, not pretending everything is perfect, but the kind that says this is difficult. But difficult doesn't mean impossible. The kind that says today may be cloudy, but the sun still exists. The kind that reminds you a bad chapter doesn't get to write your entire book. The third brick, number 9, the brick of energy. Then came energy, because what you allow inside your house matters. Everybody can't have a key. Every opinion doesn't deserve a room. Every disagreement doesn't require your energy. Silence. Every invitation doesn't require a yes. Sometimes protecting your house means protecting your peace. Protect your energy, because you need that energy to keep building. All right, number 10, the fourth block, which is community. Then comes community. Reminder, when the first 2 houses fell, those little pigs needed somewhere to go. That's community. Sometimes someone saying, come inside, you're safe here, we'll figure this out together. Sometimes strength isn't standing alone. Sometimes strength is knowing whose door you can knock on. And sometimes kindness is simply opening your door. We're coming to the finale. Number 11, the fifth brick, joy. And finally, joy. Not joy because the wolf disappeared, not joy because storms stopped coming, but joy because you discovered something. You survived the huffing, you survived the puffing, you survived what tried to shake you, and you're still here. You're still smiling, you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still building. That's joy. Number 12, the wolf. But here's another thought. Maybe the wolf wasn't always a person. Sometimes the wolf is fear, doubt, rejection, comparison, disappointment, failure, anxiety about tomorrow, or the voice inside your own head saying, you can't. And those things will huff, those things will puff. They will test what you've built, but they don't automatically get the power to blow your house down. 13, check your foundation. So today, take a look at your house, not the one you live in, the one you're building inside yourself. What is holding it together? Other people's opinions, approval, fear, comparison? Or are you building something stronger? Kindness, positivity, energy, community, joy. Brick by brick by brick. As we close, build your house, because life will huff, life will puff, life will test you. But here's the good news. You can rebuild, you can strengthen your foundation, you can change your materials, you can close some doors, you can open some windows, and you can invite new people inside. And you can decide that from this day forward, I'm building differently. Be kind, KYND. So maybe the story of the 3 little pigs was never just about the pigs and a wolf. Maybe it was teaching us something about life. Build carefully, choose wisely, protect your peace, help somebody whose house just fell. And most importantly, build something inside yourself that life's winds cannot easily destroy. Because sometimes we shake, sometimes we stumble, and sometimes we have to build again. And that's okay. Just make sure this time you build something stronger. Be kind to yourself first, then be kind to others too. Kind, KYND. Keep yourself nurtured daily. Kindness with a Y, because it starts with you. Once again, I'm Learned Man, the host of the Kind Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you haven't already subscribed or shared with a friend, please do so. Hope to see you soon. And I look forward to more engaging conversations and spreading joy, kindness, energy, community, positivity in the world. See you soon.